There's this feeling right now, and I know you feel it too. It's this pervasive sense of confusion and uncertainty about the future. Something fundamental has shifted, and people have various reasons as to what they think is happening. People are anxious, they feel scared, and they're not sure of what to do about it. Here's what I've come to understand. We are living through a time where the rules of the game have completely changed, but most of us are still playing by a rule book that's 20 years out of date. We're watching a game thinking the old rules still apply, but they don't. The game is completely different now. And there are two major forces changing everything: artificial intelligence and how the global economy operates. These two things are not separate. They're deeply connected, and understanding that connection is what's going to determine whether you thrive in the next decade or continue to feel left behind. But first, hello everyone. Welcome to Balance Muse, where we talk about wealth, wisdom, and well-being. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found this space. Today, I want to have a real conversation with you about what I'm building in 2026 and why. This isn't me trying to sell you a dream. This is me being completely transparent about the two main pillars of my business, why they exist, and why I believe they're the answer to a problem most of us are facing but can't quite name. So let's dive in. Our brains have been programmed to be wired for linear thinking. We expect progress to happen in steady, predictable steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we've understood our world our entire lives. But technology isn't moving in a way that's like that anymore. It's moving exponentially. AI is the perfect example of this. The computational power behind AI is improving at a rate of about 100 times per year. Breakthroughs that used to take years are now happening every 3 months. The landscape of what's possible is being redrawn several times a year. This is why you feel like you can't keep up. It's because literally you can't. None of us can. The world is changing faster than our minds have been trained to process. And that's not our fault. But here's the other thing that's happening. While technology races forward, something else is happening with your money that no one really talks about. For decades, we understood that economies operate in cycles. Periods of growth fueled by debt eventually lead to a recessions that debt gets unwound. But the system is now so reliant on ever expanding debt that a traditional recession has become too dangerous to allow. The risk of total collapse is too high. So instead of letting the system crash, policymakers have chosen a different path. They print more money to keep the system afloat. This prevents a sudden collapse, but it also reduces the purchasing power of the money you already have. It's a quiet erosion of your wealth. And here's the trade off: the financial system avoids catastrophe. Asset prices stay high on paper, but the cost of living rises for everyone, especially the 70% of people living paycheck to paycheck. The wealth gap widens. The top 1% consolidate more wealth while the majority suffers. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is economic policy. And it disproportionately hurts people like us, the ones who've done everything right, showed up, worked hard, been reliable. And yet, somehow our money never stretches far enough. So, what can we do about it? This is where cryptocurrency and specifically Bitcoin comes in. Bitcoin was designed as a solution to this exact problem. It offers a way to opt out of a system that's quietly draining your wealth. It's money that can't be printed into oblivion. It's accessible to everyone and anyone, anywhere. And you don't need thousands of dollars to start because Bitcoin can be divided into tiny fractions. I earn over $300 every month from Bitcoin mining, passive income, while I sleep. That's not quit your job money, but it's book that flight money. It's money working for you instead of the other way around. And here's what people don't really understand: Bitcoin isn't just some investment you hold and hope goes up. Bitcoin and AI are about to become deeply interconnected in ways that will reshape how we do business in the future. Let me explain. As AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives, it creates new problems that blockchain and Bitcoin are uniquely positioned to solve. Think about AI agents. These are autonomous programs that can perform complex tasks for you. Imagine telling an AI agent to plan and book an entire business trip for you. It handles the flights, the hotels, the insurance, the reservations, everything. But here's the thing: these agents need to make hundreds of tiny instant payments to different services, micropayments. Our current banking system, with its delays and fees, cannot handle this. Blockchain can. This is the infrastructure being built right now for the future that we're stepping into. And both AI and blockchain are deflationary forces. They dramatically reduce costs across the economy by making processes more efficient. These technologies are cutting costs and creating efficiency, which helps balance out the inflation quietly eating away at our paychecks. That's why you keep hearing about so many layoffs from big corporations. As AI is exponentially reducing the need for human labor, all companies are being forced to rethink their entire business model. To counteract that, smaller companies are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets because they can't outcompete big companies that are using AI to scale even more. So, knowing that, here's what I'm building. My business has two main pillars. One pillar is Bitcoin mining passive income that's already generating consistent monthly income for me through an appreciating asset. The other is AI coaching, helping women professionals transition to this new economy. And let me tell you why I'm so passionate about the coaching side. As someone that has worked as a professional trend forecaster, I recognize that Black women are the originators of many trends. We set the trends in fashion and hair, beauty, food, and music. We are tastemakers, but we've often been building other people's wealth while ours stays stagnant. We spend billions of dollars on industries that we influence, but we don't own enough of these assets in those spaces. I want to help Black women build businesses in the niches they're already passionate about, but this time they own the assets. Then use AI to automate their business systems. You already have the skills. You already have the wisdom. You have expertise, but you might not know how to turn that into a business that gives you freedom. I'm here to show you how to use AI to amplify what you already do well, how to create content faster, how to build systems that work while you rest, how to transition off someone else's career ladder and onto a ladder that you create for yourself. Because here's the truth: the women that I want to work with aren't necessarily dreaming of more labor, they're dreaming of options. They want portable income so they can move, travel, or just have breathing room. They want to stop trading time for money. They want their hard work to finally lead to something that feels sustainable and beautiful. That's what I'm building, and that's why I'm building it. I'm using Google's Gemini AI myself to scale my content, to create my YouTube videos more efficiently, to research, to plan, to edit. I invest in the companies whose tools I use. This is ownership aligned investing. If I'm making money using their products, why wouldn't I own a piece of that company? And I want to teach you to think this way too, not just as consumers, not just as employees, but as owners, as builders, as women who understand that the rules have changed and we need to change with them. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Number one, change is happening faster than you can think, and the world is no longer changing in a slow, predictable way. It's changing exponentially. Understanding this new speed is the first step to adapting. Number two, your money is being debased. The quiet erosion of your money's value is not an accident. It's a deliberate policy to prevent economic collapse, and it disproportionately hurts average people while benefiting asset owners. Number three, AI and Bitcoin are deeply connected. The global adoption of AI will create a massive structural need for the very things that Bitcoin and blockchain provide: instant digital micropayments, verifiable authenticity, deflationary efficiency. You don't have to figure this all out overnight, but you do need to start thinking differently about your money, your skills, and your freedom. The game has changed. Let's learn the new rules together. If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, and drop a comment letting me know what part of this video really hit home for you. Are you curious about Bitcoin? Are you intimidated by AI? Are you just tired and looking for a different way? Let me know. I read every comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.